I'm feeling kind of down because this is the second last video of Pride Month. We're almost done. Pride Month is over, but obviously Pride is not over. Pride is forever. But I'm gonna miss making these videos. This was so much fun. This isn't even the last one yet, but I'm feeling really nostalgic. This has been so great. Oh, thank you so much. If you've watched all of them, or if you've even watched like one of them, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. And I hope you enjoyed, and I hope you had fun, and I hope you were educated a little bit about things that you previously were not educated about. But yeah, in this video, I'm going to be answering all the remaining questions that I have got throughout this month, and some of them are just in some other universe. I've purposely saved them for this last video. Oh, they are so brilliant. I'm so excited to answer these questions, and if you're watching this and you still have more questions, you can always message them to me on Instagram and I'm more than happy to answer them. Unfortunately, I will not be putting the question box on my story anymore, because even if people send in questions now, I don't know when I'm going to make one of these videos again, and then their questions will just sort of get lost in the mix. So if you do have any questions still, feel free to like comment them below or message me on Instagram, whatever you feel like, and I will be more than happy to answer your question for you privately. As I mentioned in my previous video, I have quite a collection of rainbow socks. So today I'm introducing you to two more of my rainbow socks. Here we have Jack's Rainbow. Wow, look at that. Wow. And on this leg we have also Jack's Radio, I guess. Radio? Just called it a radio. Jack's Rainbow. Wow. 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 So yeah, these are my socks. Wow. Rainbow. As I mentioned, I've got some crazy questions to get to, so let's go. Let's start with a fun one. Somebody asked, my friend told me that LGBT stands for Lord Ganesha Bhakti Time. Is this true? It is not. LGBT stands for lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender. Not Lord Ganesha Bhakti Time, as far as I know. While we're on the topic of what does LGBT stand for, somebody else asked, what does the Q in LGBTQ plus stand for? The Q stands for queer, which is like an umbrella term for anyone who is questioning their identity, or some people consider it as just anybody who is part of the LGBTQ plus community is queer. There are like a few different variations of what people consider it to mean. I would say it's one of these two. It's like you're questioning, or like anybody who is part of the LGBTQ plus community could identify as queer. If they don't want to give like a particular label to themselves, queer is like the nice little cute little umbrella term that you could use. Somebody else asked, isn't it called SAGA community now, as an SAGA community? Now I wasn't aware of this, so I had to do a little googling and here's what I found. Opinion. Should LGBTQIA plus title be changed to SAGA community instead? I've seen this around a few places and want to see what everyone says. SAGA stands for Sexuality and Gender Awareness or Acknowledgement. The aim of this title is to impose inclusion and not risk any form of exclusion within the community. It seems that many people are getting tired of having to say each and every word in the LGBTQIA plus title and risk upsetting others when they skip or accidentally leave out a word that represents their label. And to top it off, SAGA rhymes with Gaga. So yeah, that's kind of what I found, because I wasn't aware of this, but it seems that some people get upset when you have to use the term LGBTQIA+, because some people call it LGBT+, some people call it LGBTQ+, and then like if you call it LGBT+, maybe the Q is feeling left out. If you call it LGBTQ+, and not LGBTQIA+, then the IA people feel left out. If you call it LGBTQIA+ and not LGBTQIAP+, the P people Pansexual people feel left out, is what the argument is, which is why they want to call it SAGA, which sort of encapsulates everybody and isn't really like an acronym for specific orientations or identities, which I guess makes sense, but I don't know how quickly or how effectively it's going to catch on, because I feel like even if that is the case, that people do feel excluded when others use different abbreviations of the community name. Can I call it that? I don't know. LGBT plus, LGBTQ plus, LGBTQIA plus, LGBTQIAP plus. I would consider neither is better or worse than the other. No one is saying less number of alphabets to exclude somebody else, hopefully. So yeah, if SAGA community as a name was to pick up, I would not be against it. If that, makes people more comfortable and makes people feel more included, then by all means, let's do it. A friend of mine asked, why Pope say we sin? Now this is in relation to one specific post, which I'm gonna put on the screen here, so I'm just gonna scooch to the side so it can come right here. Beautiful. So the image says, German priests defy Vatican by blessing gay couples. Sounds good, I love it. And the caption reads, in October of last year, Pope Francis stated that homosexual people have a right to be in a family. They are children of God and have a right to a family. Nobody should be thrown out or made miserable over it. Yes. In his biographical documentary Francesco, I'm guessing that's how it's pronounced, Francesco, Pope Francis emphasized the belief that civil union laws should be put in place to legally cover all couples. Yes. However, oopsie, in March, Pope Francis claimed that the Catholic Church cannot bless same-sex unions as it is impossible for God to bless a sin. Oh no. After the above statement was released by the Holy Roman Church, the Love Wins movement emerged, encouraging over 100 priests and dioceses all over Germany to join and continue blessing all couples, even those of the same sex. In addition, thousands of German priests have also signed a petition calling on the church to extend blessings to same-sex couples, while some parishes have also displayed rainbow flags outside churches. Nice. Same-sex marriage has been legal in Germany since 2017, and the country has also banned gay conversion therapy for under 18-year-olds. Taking a more liberal and progressive approach to the relationship between the church and the same-sex unions. So to answer the question, why Pope say we sin? I don't know why Pope say. Pope need help. Pope, contact me, we have conversation. Okay, so somebody asked, what if we come out to our parents and they don't accept us? What should we do? It's quite a touchy subject, I'll be honest. But this is what I've heard a lot of people say, and it's so true, and it just makes you feel so warm and nice inside. What people say is, when you're part of the LGBT community and your birth family, let's call it that, your birth family doesn't accept you, you can choose your own family. How nice is that? You get to create your own family of inclusive, accepting, understanding, relatable, empathetic people who will love you exactly the way you are and love you for who you are, not despite who you are. It warms my heart so much. Chosen family is so much more important than biological family. Not to say that biological family is not important. Your biological family can also be your chosen family. But you have that choice. You can make that choice. So if you find that coming out to your parents has created some kind of rift in your relationship or has caused problems or anything of that sort, if anybody is making you feel less than royalty, please don't take it to heart. Maybe they just need some time to come around, and even after time passes, if they just don't seem to be coming around, don't worry. Maybe you don't need them. If they can't accept you for who you are, they don't deserve you. And I know that sounds all like preachy and whatever, but it's true. You don't have to surround yourself with anybody that doesn't accept you for exactly who you are. If people are making you feel like your presence in their life is an inconvenience or a burden or a problem or anything of that sort, you don't need them in your life. Please leave their life. They will be happy without you. You will be way happier without them. I promise you that. Here's what you do if your parents don't accept you. You come to me. I will accept you. we will be a chosen family. I don't know why I'm hugging, because I don't even like hugs, but virtual hug for anybody that needs it. I will be your chosen family. Okay, don't worry. I got you. Just please remember not to be hard on yourself. You are not a problem. You are not mistaken. You are not wrong in any way. You are not making a choice. It is not a lifestyle. None of that. None of that. You are accepting and discovering and acknowledging who you are. There is nothing wrong with that. I promise you. Somebody asked, can someone's sexuality keep changing? Now, that's kind of an interesting question actually. Yes and no. I have mentioned this before in one of the videos that I did this month. Let's not call it changing. Let's call it discovering. It's a nicer way to put it. Not that changing is bad, but I just feel like the word changing comes with some connotations of having a choice and like consciously doing something, when none of this is a choice. So let's call it discovering, because that's more like things are happening and you're just becoming aware of the happenings. So when I said yes and no, let's take it this way. For example, if somebody all their life has believed that they are straight, because that is the norm, that is how people have been brought up for the most part in history, to believe that they are straight, because apparently that is the normal. We will never call it that over here or anywhere else. Please, there is no such thing as normal. There is what you are, what they are, what they are, what they are. Neither is normal or abnormal or ordinary or out of the ordinary. Everything is just there. Just there, okay? Let's make that very, very clear. That being said, most people are brought up to believe that they are straight. As time goes by and as they discover themselves and their body and their mind and their sexuality and their gender identity, they may discover that they are not straight. They are, let's say, bisexual. They are lesbian. They are gay. Whatever it is. It's not that they were straight and now they are not straight. That's not it. They just got to know that they are not straight. Let's say, for example, somebody has discovered that they are bisexual, alright? Let's say this is a bisexual female who is attracted to females and males. For example, let's say they stop feeling as strong an attraction towards females and they feel stronger attraction towards males. Does this suddenly make them straight? No, I don't think so. That's not how it works. They are still bisexual. They just have a preference for one over the other. It's not a choice, it's just something that has happened. So their sexuality has not changed, their preference has changed. Am I making sense? I hope I'm making sense. I know I'm being really like hypothetical, but I hope this like makes sense. Like, here's the thing. Let's say you're a straight female and you know you're straight and like you're not questioning your sexuality or anything of the sort. Let's say one day you find some particular girl attractive. Does that suddenly make you lesbian? It doesn't. It does not. You could now consider yourself as questioning, but it's not necessarily that now you are a lesbian or now you are bisexual. That's not how it works. Like I mentioned in my previous question and answer video, to identify your sexuality, according to me at least, I feel like there needs to be some kind of pattern. It's not like a daily switching from this to that kind of a situation. I feel like you consistently need to notice yourself feeling some sort of attraction or lack thereof to be able to put a solid term on it, you know? Not saying it's invalid if someone who has not been seeing a pattern puts a term. If you know, you know, and I am nobody to doubt your knowledge or question you. But I'm just saying, you know, it's a process of discovery and it's not something that just happens overnight. You don't just get to know what your sexuality is overnight. It is a process of growing and educating yourself and learning more about it to know whether you really do fit into one category or the other. I have a couple of friends who used to be able to label their sexuality a certain way, but now they prefer to just go as fluid or just queer because they don't feel like they fit into that category as such anymore. This doesn't mean their sexuality has changed. It just means they are discovering, they are questioning. That's all. While we're on this topic, I wanted to address this question that my friend asked me relating to a friend of hers. Of this little incident that happened. So let me just share it with you. So she asked, is a person who says they're quote-unquote done with guys, even though they've had serious crushes on guys all this while, actually lesbian? If they say they are now. Keywords: lesbian, now. Wouldn't they be bisexual? Because you can't have that much control over your mind to just be over guys. It's a long one, I had to flip pages. So what happened is her friend recently put in her bio, out and proud, with a rainbow emoji. So this friend of mine messaged her to congratulate her on being out. And then she proceeded to ask her, so do you identify as bisexual or pansexual? And the friend told her, actually I'm lesbian now. And so my friend got really confused because is that even possible? And that girl said, I'm just done with guys now. Whew. And do I have some things to say about that? So like I mentioned, sexuality is not something you can just know overnight. That's not how it works at all. It is something that you discover over time, with experience, with education. It's not just something you just know, like oh, I know it. It's not like that at all. What bothered me about this particular incident is the fact that this girl thinks that because she is over guys now, she is now a lesbian. Let me make this one thing super clear. Being a lesbian does not mean you are over guys, or being over guys does not a lesbian make. A lesbian is a female who is attracted to other females. Now, I don't know this girl. I don't know if she has felt any kind of attraction towards females, and that is how she is forming this conclusion about her sexual identity. What I do know of the story is the fact that she claims she is lesbian now because she is over guys. That is not only problematic but offensive, insulting, and inconsiderate. Like, again, making it super clear, I'm just going off of what I know of this incident. I don't know this person at all. But saying you're done with guys now, like, that's cool. But what does that even mean? I've heard a lot of people say that. It's just like a thing that people say when they're annoyed with guys. It doesn't actually have to amount to anything. Now, I don't know if this is how serious this person is about the whole being done with guys, but that cannot be a reason to call yourself a lesbian. That no. Like, you can be done with guys but still be attracted to them. Like, that's a thing, you know. You can't help it, it just is. And part of the question was, wouldn't that make her bisexual, not a lesbian? Also, no, because to be bisexual, she would need to be attracted to other genders other than males, which it seems is where her history of attraction is at. Until that happens, I don't think you can call yourself bisexual. If you only feel attraction towards one gender, which in her case happens to be males, she's not bisexual or lesbian. Even if she says she is done with guys, that doesn't mean anything. It's just a phrase. It doesn't mean anything. Like, people say they're done with things all the time. Like, I could be like, oh my gosh, I'm done with studying, but you still have to go to school on Monday. That's, you know, I don't know if that's a good enough analogy, but you get what I mean. Like, you can be done with things but still have to do them, you know. So yeah, that's all I have to say about that. Being over guys does not make you lesbian or bisexual, for that matter. You can be over guys and you can still be straight. I know a lot of people who say they're over guys and are still extremely straight. You don't just suddenly turn lesbian until you actually feel attraction towards other females exclusively. Kids. Somebody asked, what are the pronouns used for asexuals? Okay, so asexuality is a sexual orientation. Pronouns are used to refer to people based on their gender identity or whatever their preferred pronouns are. Gender, sexuality, not the same thing, not even interrelated. Completely different universes. Sexuality deals more with your attraction towards other people, and gender is more of like a personal conception of yourself. Completely unrelated. Let's put it this way: your biological sex, your sexuality, your gender, your pronouns, none of them have anything to do with each other. Everything is independent of its own, neither determines the other, and none of them are interrelated. All are separate. When you know one of these factors of a particular person, doesn't mean you can assume the others. You can have all sorts of different combinations for different people. So when you say what pronouns can be used for asexuals, that doesn't mean anything, because asexuality is their sexual identity. Pronouns could be determined by their gender identity, but not necessarily. Just respect everybody's preferred pronouns. Whatever they prefer is correct, and you are nobody to tell them anything else. Because I know it happens a lot where people are like, oh, you're not a girl, you're not a boy, okay, you're non-binary, so your pronouns must be they, them. No, there are non-binary people who use the pronouns she, her. There are non-binary people who use the pronouns he, him. Doesn't make them girl, boy. If they say their identity is non-binary and their pronouns are as such, that is it. That is the only truth. So yeah, an asexual person could use pronouns he, him, she, her, they, them, she, they, he, they, anything that they prefer. And you should respect it no matter what it is. Asexuality does not determine pronouns. Pronouns do not determine asexuality, or for that matter, sexuality doesn't determine pronouns, and pronouns do not determine sexuality. This was a very interesting question. Somebody asked, how do I know if I'm asexual and not erotophobic? Now, I didn't know what erotophobia was, but this is what I found. Erotophobia is a generalized term that encompasses a wide range of specific fears. It's generally understood to include any phobia that is related to sex. Erotophobia is often complex, and many people who live with it have more than one specific fear. Untreated erotophobia can be devastating and may lead someone with the disorder to avoid not only romantic relationships but also other forms of intimate contact. So I understand where this confusion could be coming from as to whether you are asexual or you have erotophobia. There seems to be some kind of a blur in the line, I can understand that, but all that I can offer to maybe give some clarity is this phobia, I'd say, is more in the direction of not wanting to engage in sexual or intimate contact, while asexuality deals more with not feeling that attraction towards other people at all. I can see why the two sound kind of similar, like there are some things that seem to like roam around the same region, but I do still feel there is a difference. In the sense, asexuality is more like you don't have that feeling in you to engage in such activities, while erotophobia is more of you abstain from such activities because of this phobia. Does that make sense? So this video has been all sorts of heavy and insightful, hopefully. So I want to end with these two lovely questions from two lovely friends. One of them asked, how to make my child gay? Sadly, you can't. Boo-hoo. It's okay though. Being gay is not the ultimate goal in life, as is being straight. You cannot make your child gay, just as you cannot make your child straight. Your child is whatever orientation they are, and you will love them no matter what. They are your child, you created them, be proud of them. They are awesome, unless they are not. Like, they may do other stuff in life which you don't have to be proud of, and that I can stand by, but not this. You cannot shame them, you cannot force them to be an orientation that they are not. You cannot force them to be a certain way that they are not. It's just not gonna work in your favor. Love your children however they are. Don't try to make your children gay, even if you really want to. And definitely do not try to make your children straight. That's harmful behavior. We do not condone any kind of harm So I'm sorry, you cannot make your child gay. I guess pray every night and hope for the best. But it's just not in your hands, buddy. I'm sorry. If it's meant to be, it's meant to be. And if it's not meant to be, it's not meant to be. I'm sorry, but that's just how it is. And the last and final question. How to flirt in gay? I'm VVV bi. There were 3 V's in there. I'm VVV bi. And flirting with women is just not as easy as it is with men. What to do in capital letters. I regret to inform you that you have come to the wrong place. What makes you think I know how to flirt? So since I do not have the answer, I'm going to approach the one place that has all the answers. So this is what Google has to say for how to flirt with a girl. 1. Ditch the cheesy pickup lines. I can stand by that. Pickup lines are so strange. If you're going to be so might as well be funny. If it's not even funny, bye. 2. Think hard about what you like about her. Okay. 3. Let her set the pace. Okay, but this is not telling me how to flirt. 4. Use your sense of humor. Yes, there we go. That for sure. Go for it. Make them laugh. If you've made somebody laugh, you've got them. You've got their attention, and they're here to listen to you because you made them laugh, and laughing makes you feel good. So you've got it. You're in the right space. I forgot what number I was on because I'm not going by their order. But anyway, the next one is ask about movies or something to set you up for a date. How are these specifically to flirt with a girl? Wouldn't that just be in general? I don't know. I feel like someone with 0 experience is giving an opinion here. Please listen up. I feel like if the opposite person is genuinely interested in you, you don't need to do all this flirting and pick up lines and blah 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 blah. I feel like that's a very overcompensation. If the opposite person is attracted to you and is interested in you, I feel like conversation would just come super easy. Or maybe I'm just delusional, I don't know. But that's how I think it should be. Somebody who has no experience. So anyway, that is all the questions. We got through all of them. Yay! As I have mentioned in the start of this video, if you still have any more questions, feel free to let me know in the comments, or you can head over to Instagram and you can send it to me privately over there and I can answer you privately because I may not be doing these question answer videos for a while. So I don't want your question to just be pending indefinitely. So please feel free to reach out and ask me and I will be more than happy to answer you privately. So yeah. That is all. I hope you had a wonderful Pride month. We have one more video in this series left. It's a good one. I decided to end with some more memes since that's like the lighter side of it. These questions do get kind of heavy and like super informative and hopefully people learn things out of them. So I did not want to end with a Q&A video, so I left one of the memes videos for the end, so make sure to watch that when it's out. And if you'd like to watch any of my previous ones that I've done in this Pride Month series, you can click on that little white thing over there and it'll take you to a playlist where all of the videos are conveniently put into one place for you to enjoy. Okay, so you can subscribe if you want. If you don't want to, that's fine. If you like the video, you can like it. If you didn't like it, you can dislike it. If you want more videos like this, stick them in the comments below. And if you want to hear music, you can head over to Instagram, link in my description. Okay, bye. Wow, I really like tossed it far. Oh no, I'm pulling it like this as though that's a good idea, and I'm continuing to pull as I'm talking. Okay, hope you had fun watching this video. I know it was pretty long, but I wanted to get through all the questions so that nobody feels left out. What am I doing? I'm creating an artsy headpiece. Wow, it's kind of webby. Anyway, goodbye. I kinda like this. Wow. What a art. Okay, bye.